It was like his child's chickens. I was like, I fucking killed the chickens he picked out. And when he got home, the kid was like, yeah, that's fine.
Stick around, make a sound, there's more Dumb People Town.
We want to say thank you to our sponsor, Fitbod.
You are not the same person as you were at the start of the year, so it's natural for your fitness journey to have ups and downs.
Wherever you are in your fitness journey, get the most out of every workout with Fitbod. Get 20% off your subscription at fitbod.me/DPT. That's fitbod.me/DPT.
Nice. Thank you to our sponsor, Electric E-Bike. Hey, if you want to open up your summer and have a great time, make sure to get yourself electric e-bike. They're an easy way to get outside and explore your world with a electric e-bike.
That's right. Visit lectricebikes.com to learn more and explore the epic models Lectric has to offer. That's lectricebikes.com, LECTRIC ebikes.com.
Great.
Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population U. Population Simons. Tim Simons, welcome to the show.
Welcome, my friend.
Welcome back to
I'm
the
so
show.
happy to be here, guys.
Been a long
good to
time.
see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah,
Good
you
to
were
see
one of our all-time favorite guests, and I'm so happy.
Oh, my God, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
sure.
You have a
Of
new
course.
podcast with Matt Walsh.
Well, it's
that
a
we'll talk
return.
about.
It's a return.
Yes.
Yeah. We're now at All Things Comedy.
Yes,
Yeah.
so you're here
Yeah.
at All
Second
Things
in
Comedy.
command. We'll
It's a
talk about it.
great podcast because it is two of our favorite people, two of the funniest people we know, recounting
One of the funniest shows of all time. With people who are also on that show.
Yeah,
who are
we'll
some of the
get into
funniest people
that.
in the
you
world.
guys know we don't talk about this at the top of the show.
No,
we
it's
promote in the
second
second
segment.
segment. What are we even doing?
I'm not looking for compliments, and maybe it's just so that I know, so that I can repeat it if I'm ever, maybe
sure.
today.
Yeah.
Just-
But like, what do you think it was that just...
Super present, had a lot of fun, asked a lot of questions, and you were like there with us all the way through all
And
this.
ready
ready to play. Ready to play.
Okay. All right, cool.
Which
I'll see
is-
if I can keep that up. For
No,
today.
it's what you do all the time. It's what you do on every show and everything that you were a part of. So we're going to jump into it. And last time, Dan had all three stories. This time, it rotates
We each
around.
get a story.
Jay gets a story,
You
and I
still
get a story.
just sit and partake.
Okay.
We each bring a dish to the party.
And I have story number one.
Dan, let's do it.
It was sent in by Liz Haggerty, at Liz Haggerty.
Love her.
Do you guys know this person?
She just sends in
a
a lot. I would
lot
say
of
she
stories.
is she's one of the editors of the Dumb Gazette.
Yeah, she's kind of one of our stringers. So basically what happens is, just for people who want to know, maybe you're listening to this for the first time, maybe you're a Tim Simons fan who came to this podcast and
Yes.
said, how do I send in a story? Well, it's quite easy. You hashtag Dumb People Town
That's it.
at Sklar Brothers
On
and
Twitter.
at Daniel Van Kirk
Yep.
on Twitter.
Still for now.
Still there. And then we can tell you who sent, because sometimes people send the same story. Like we'll get the same crazy
Of
story
course.
like 50 times or
and we
100
go back to
times.
the
try to
first
go who
person
the
who
first-
sent it
okay.
in.
We do our
It gives
best.
us a timeline.
That's the one good thing. It gives you a good
Show's called
timeline.
Dumb People Town.
Who
Don't
sent
expect
it first?
excellence.
I know.
Come on.
Sometimes we're
All right,
just
this
screwed up.
story is textbook. I mean, quintessential.
Dumb People Town.
It's like a lost kid at a fair. It's just, you know it's going to happen. And his parents are divorced.
Right. Yeah,
Here we
He's
go.
just crying while holding a corn dog that he didn't pay
Or
for.
a giant
Right.
turkey leg.
Yelling grandma, and she's dead. Okay.
There is no grandma.
Right. Liz Haggerty, thank you. Here's the headline. Man torches cars after dealership sold him bad Jeep.
So he's now taking it.
You sell me a bad car?
I'm going to take care of your.
Show you a
This
bad
is
Jeep.
like, he's like Sean Connery in The Untouchables, right? They ruin one of your Jeeps. You
take
ruin
out three of
yeah,
theirs.
you ruin a Sebring. Like,
Yeah. You ruined 2 Jeeps. You put their sister in the morgue.
yes.
Bad Jeep does sound like
An
a
indie rock
version of Bad Lieutenant.
Sure.
You know, like the Jeep is bad.
Yeah, yes.
It's
Did you
unpredictable.
see Bad Jeep with Louis Gossett Jr.?
No, Bad Jeep is Nick Cage. He's
Yeah.
Bad Jeep.
He's bad.
Yeah,
man.
bad Jeep,
Bad Jeep,
Port of
Port New
Call, Port of Call, Long Beach.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Port of Call, Long Beach. If there's not a Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, Long Beach with Snoop Dogg,
I mean,
I
come on.
I
that would
will
be
leave.
fucking
I'll walk
great.
off this set if I
Snoop
have to.
Dogg is. Can I just for a moment just talk about how present he is in his life. It's for as high as he is all the time, he is so present. There is this little thing on TikTok that is so funny, or maybe it's on Instagram.
It's called There I Ruined It.
There I Ruined It.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Where they take songs and mash them up.
Yes.
You know it.
And they try and mash them with the worst possible things. But the funny thing is, they're like, you didn't ruin it. You actually made it better. Well, this mashup of Snoop Dogg and like a 1920s, like...
No, it was like from the Bare Necessities. What's that?
No, it's from Jungle
like
Book.
a Jungle
Book.
They did it to the rhythm and beat. Here's what I found. They did it to the rhythm and beat of Bare Necessities from Jungle Book.
Yes.
Gin and Juice.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I can find
And it's great because Snoop then
He then found it, and then he collabed
will
with
find
it,
it.
where
Don't
he
worry about this.
just starts mouthing it along to what they did, and in a very fun way. So, Port of Call, Long Beach.
Also, I would say
starring
Snoop Dogg, not since like the 70s have we had someone, and I don't get me wrong, he gets all his credit for being an amazing recording artist and rapper.
Sure.
But he's transcended to just known American entity. Like a Paul Lind, like a somebody who's just these were famous in the 70s, and Carson would have them on just to like talk, and maybe they were doing doing a show in the Poconos. Like,
we met him twice. We hung with him twice, and
he remembers one.
He only remembers.
There is a magnetism to this dude that is, you're like, even if you didn't rap, you are just the most magnetic human being.
Yeah.
You are just a person. And the fact that you can rap and the fact that you're really good at that, I mean, he's just an amazing guy.
I don't know how people do that, in that I find I'm not somebody that I'm not an introvert. I like being in social situations, but I find that it takes a lot of energy that I then have to go away and replenish. And I don't know how somebody at his level is able to do that all the time.
In like so many different forms. There you go. Okay, here we go. A man is accused of setting fire to vehicles at 2 dealerships.
Yeah.
2.
Only one sold you the Jeep.
Nope.
Yeah.
This is
bigger than this.
This is a GMC Jeep Eagle wide problem.
How many times
The fish rots from the head.
Right.
That's right. You cut it all off.
How many times has he looked at somebody at the bar and said, "This is bigger than this"?
Bigger than us.
This is bigger
No, what
than
you
this.
said.
This is bigger than this.
That's what Jason said. This is bigger than this.
And you're like, what is that? I don't
It's
know.
big.
You know what I mean.
The suspect is charged with 4 counts of arson after he was seen on video around 1 a.m. on July 17th at the O'Daniel used car lot in Fort Wayne, Indiana. O'Daniel.
Daniel Van
It was time, quote, "It was time for the chickens to return to the roost."
What does that mean? That's not what it is.
Phrase.
Okay, so this guy's not in the military, and he's going to use phrases that sound
And
military.
probably drunk.
Right.
For the
It was time for the chickens to return to the
come
roost.
home. What could that mean? Chickens to come home to roost.
Well, it's supposed to be the chickens have come home to roost.
Right.
Yeah.
But I am going to tell you, I have never understood what that means. And I know that Malcolm X said it one time, I think regarding to Kennedy's assassination.
Do I look it up?
And people got...
That's all you wanted
So
to
I
do today.
think, okay, so if I may be so bold, I think it
This
is
is a podcast within a podcast called Look It Up with Jason Sklar.
it's just Jason looking stuff up. So if I may be so bold, I think it is you put stuff out into the universe, good or bad, karma, whatever it is, and when the chickens come home to roost, that's when the chickens come home to sit on their eggs.
So the old saying is the saying is chickens have come home to roost is normally used to mean that the bad things that someone has done in the past have come back to bite or haunt the individual.
Right.
So maybe this person's right.
I mean, I'm not saying that they're not right, but I think as fundamentally as a phrase, I would think if my chickens are coming home to roost, I'd be like, great.
Yes.
Thank God
I
they're
think
back.
I think it is supposed to have a positive connotation. They've come back.
They've come back. I stayed at my a friend's house one time. We went up to Montecito, and a friend, he like lives up there with his family. He was like, "Well, we're going to be gone for the weekend. Why don't you guys stay here? And we have chickens in the backyard. All you got to they put themselves away." And the
Watch out, because these motherfuckers will come.
They will come home to roost.
They will come home to roost. And I was like, "Cool, all positive." And the kids, there's like this side gate door.
Sure.
Kids left it open.
Yep. Oh, boy.
Chickens get out.
No!
Apple Juice the chicken.
No.
Never seen again.
No! Oh my God.
There was
I mean,
one
look how
named,
hard it
like,
was for Rocky. Huh? Look how hard it was
Rocky
for Rocky
couldn't
to
catch
catch
a
Well,
chicken.
here's the thing. Lemonade's running around in the front yard, and I'm like going through the bushes being like, fuck.
I know.
And I called him,
God,
and I was like,
Tim.
look, man, I'm so sorry.
Apple juice is gone.
Apple juice is gone.
We have no
He's
more
like-
apple juice.
He's like, the coyotes probably will get
You
them,
gave
but
them
they
dinner.
will find their way home if they are alive. And
Yes.
1 out of the 3 found their way home.
Yeah, scarred.
I think it was like, Crackers. found his way
Crackers
home.
saw some
But
shit.
Crackers is a new chicken.
Crackers just stares at a blank TV screen for hours.
But it was like
Crackers.
it was like his child's chicken. So I was like, I fucking killed the chickens and
You-
picked out.
you
And when he
screwed-
got home, the kid was like, "Yeah, that's fine,
The kid was like, whatever.
Nothing's different. The chicken's there. It will cock-a-doodle-doo at sunset now.
Yeah.
I know that that's not right, but it's just been through some stuff.
Oh my
Dan.
God.
Seen some things.
So the suspect's charged with 4 counts of arson.
Yeah.
The quote from the suspect is, "It was time for the chickens to return to the roost,"
Okay.
said the how old Fort Wayne man.
So
according to the-
how old is a
according to
guy
his
that
knowledge.
would use that phrase?
And get mad at a bad Jeep and go set fire to multiple vehicles at 2 dealerships.
He's been pushed far.
that he's got to be." I'm saying
At 1 a.m.
1 a.m. He's not going to be in his 50s.
Okay.
He's not going to be old enough.
Okay.
To be out at 1 a.m.
Okay.
I'm getting a look like
No,
maybe
because I'm going in the 50s. But
You're going in the 50s.
Yeah, no, you
I'm
can-
going to say mid to late 40s because he knows
one.
the phrase.
Pick a
He's been
number.
around long enough.
Hit a
Say
number.
47.
47.
Okay.
58.
58.
Yeah.
64.
64
I
years
think
old.
guys
this
are off
guy's
base,
nuts.
The guy
The
who's
guy
on
who's
Facebook
pissed
a
about
lot.
the guy who's pissed about his bad Jeep and said the chickens have returned to the roost is 79 years old.
God!
He is pissed off. He is pissed off.
Dan-
He was waiting for Deborah to die. She's gone, and there's nothing to stop his anger.
How many
anymore.
times, Tim, has he said the phrase, "I have had it up to here"?
He
Well, he probably says there.
Yeah.
I've had
Probably
it
gets
up
it
to
wrong.
there.
Yeah.
He said it 4 times that day, not even related to the
Danny
Jeep burning.
screwed
This is bigger than this. These chickens are coming
Home
to the roost.
To the roost.
Yes.
And I've had it up to there with this.
With this.
I'm not saying that people should go out and burn Jeeps.
No,
I agree.
None of us are.
They're not even Jeeps.
But you're impressed that a 79-year-old had the wherewithal to
At
do
1 a.m.
At 1 a.m. to do it.
Right.
And also,
well, he got up to pee and just kept going.
I feel like we have lost a sense of proportional response.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's
I feel like we
yes.
have done. I'm not like I was sort of like raised pacifist, like, and I understand these things, but I'm also like, you know what? You fucking deserve to have. your
Don't give
Jeep
this guy.
sound.
Don't give a 79-year-old man a bad Jeep unless you want
And
some
look,
stuff to get.
we're all thinking of O'Daniel's car dealership as it lives in our mind. These people might be assholes.
They might be terrorists.
Crooks.
Right.
There might be a
Right.
whole group of people, and
Sometimes-
I'm assuming they're on Facebook, who are like, good.
Yeah.
Retribution can seem intense, but sometimes people have gotten the retribution they
That they
asked for.
deserve.
Got
Yes.
what they deserve.
Yes.
You've done enough to deserve this. He's like, I don't want to burn these. I don't want to burn these, but I've been pushed too far.
Right.
If you just go around punching people, that's rude.
Horrible. Yeah.
If you punch a Nazi, that's fine.
They earned it.
That's fine.
Like, it's fine.
They earned it, and also they should.
earned it.
They should go. Well,
Yeah.
of course. I signed up. I got
get
it.
it, man.
I
I get
live
it.
the
That's
punching
the game
life.
I'm in. That's the
Right.
game I'm in. If I
Yeah.
didn't want to play tackle football, I didn't want to get
off the
tackled.
field.
Get off the field.
Get
Get
Don't
off
wanna
the
get
field
tackled,
and
don't
change
play
your
tackle
uniform
football.
while
That's
you're
it.
at it.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
The man told the Fort Wayne Police Department that he started the fires as revenge against the dealership, which he said, which he said
for spelling
sold
that out.
him a Jeep. Why do I feel like when the cops got to his house, he was already into the story?
I'll tell you what.
Like they weren't even out yet, and,
And
he
then
was,
this happened.
Walking out to the lawn. I'll tell you what they did. Like, no one's asking a
finally.
question.
You want to know? You want to know?
You're probably here because all those Jeeps got burned, right?
He told
Giving
Fort Wayne
himself
Police
up.
this was revenge against the dealership, which he said sold him a Jeep with a bad motor and, quote, refused to make it right. This is when he bought the Jeep in what year? In what year do you think
Oh my
he
God.
bought
this
this
could
Jeep?
be a long-standing grudge.
Oh, wow.
He's 79. In what year do you think he bought a Jeep? They sold him a bad motor. They refused to make it right, and the chickens are roosting in town
They're
again.
coming into the roostings area.
This is a long play, like a
What
really
if it's a
long play, Dan.
I don't know. Tim,
Do you want to
I
go
don't
first,
know.
Tig, or third? You can. Where do you want to guess?
We can guess ahead of you if you want to hear where we're going. If you want more time to think.
Or
about
you?
it.
I want a little bit more time.
Okay, so then you'll go in the middle of us. Go ahead, Jay.
I think he bought this car in 2013.
Okay.
Wow.
10 years,
10 years he
ago.
sat on
It's
this.
a 10-year long play.
Tim, what do you think?
I'm going to go sort of biblical with this. And I'm going to say that I think he bought this Jeep in the mid to late 90s, in 1998.
98.
And has been
Quarter of a century.
25 years.
25
Deborah
years.
died.
Yeah.
And
Stewing.
Stewing. This is what I do now.
And as she died, she said, "Go get him."
Go get him.
I believe in
With her
you.
last breath, she said, "Don't leave me hanging."
He doesn't have a bucket list. He has a checklist.
He has
a to-do list.
He doesn't have a bucket list.
He's
He's
got a
got a
hit
fuck it list. We're going to
There
take
it
this
is.
thing down.
So so what is that?
25 years.
98.
I'm going to say 1998. Yeah.
Okay.
25 years. I'm going to go crazy because I wanted to go crazy last time. I said 64. I was in the right direction.
Sure.
I think he bought this damn Jeep in 79.
Wow.
He's 79 and bought it in 79.
Okay.
And they-
44 years ago.
And by the way, and I'm sure it had a great motor back then. And then like all cars that are that old, the motor dies.
Oh, so you're blaming him.
Yes. I'm pinning this on him.
All right.
Okay. This man, a 79-year-old man, bought this Jeep in 1986.
Oh my God. Oh my
You
God.
guys
Oh
are right
my
near
God.
each other.
I mean,
you are one
Randy,
year
you're
closer.
closer, Randy.
No, you are 7
Yeah,
years closer.
1 year closer.
Yeah.
I was not even. That was where my heart was going.
The Bears win the Super
But I was
Bowl
like,
in
there's no
January.
way.
Yeah.
And then
This
he
guy
goes, I'm
buys
going to get a Jeep.
So he buys a Jeep.
And
Did
now-
it's an 86 motor.
Did
That's what you
he
get.
set them? In what year did he set the Jeeps on fire?
Now.
This year?
Now, long play. I was right to say
This
long
is from
play.
August 2022.
If you bought a car in when? 1989?
86.
36 years ago.
86.
36 years before this happened.
If
37. 37.
if you got 9 years out of that car,
Good for you.
you did great.
Unless when he bought it, it was bad.
Yeah.
He wanted them to fix it.
And they said, fuck
they
off.
said,
and he,
fuck
and
you.
he took one more drag and went,
All right.
Okay.
We'll see.
All right.
Fine. Fine. You don't want to help me out that he got
I'm gonna
another
be back here,
car?
though.
They thought he forgot about it. 36
Sometime when
years.
you least expect it.
I'll be back. I'll be back.
I don't want to bring up Mel Gibson.
sure.
Because
Did you ever see that movie Payback?
Yes.
Where he like puts the cigarettes in his mouth backwards and rips off the filter and throws it away, and then he's always like burning somebody alive with gasoline because I don't know. I think somebody gets killed. I was just
yeah, I think I
picturing
do
this
remember
guy
that
like an old ass like anti-Semitic racist, just like dumping gasoline and just like ripping an unfiltered cigarette,
get
and
into
throwing
it.
it in the little gas trail that he made.
The video
Oh hell yeah!
shows the man opening the fuel door of a 2019 Jeep Compass and placing an ignited road flare inside the fuel tube, according
blow
to the
himself
affidavit.
up.
Yeah.
The man then drove off the lot in his car while the Jeep was engulfed in flames. The fire grew, no shit, and ignited vehicles on either side of the Jeep, including a 2013 GMC Acadia and a 2020 Jeep Cherokee.
Kind of feels like they're just trying to sell cars. It feels like somebody's.
And you know what? They are burning off the lot.
They're hot and ready to go.
Red hot deals. Down
Price
it.
to move, gang.
All three vehicles were destroyed in the fire and worth more than how much combined? Just for a quick fun one. What
We're
do you
talking
think?
used.
Yeah, you got a 2013 GMC Acadia, you got a Jeep, a 2019 Jeep Compass, and a 2020 Jeep Cherokee.
I want to throw in
Used car market was through the roof in
through the
2022
roof
when
in
this
August
came
of 22.
Yeah,
Used car
what's up?
markets.
Yeah. What would you say? 3 cars ranging.
cars?
One was 2 years old, one was 3 years old, and one was 9 years old at the time.
$68,000.
Okay.
52,000.
Okay.
60.
70,000.
Whoa! knows? Him knows.
You're moving on to the
Through the
showcase.
roof.
You're moving on to the
Knows.
showcase.
It's so good.
You were close to getting both showcases.
After leaving the used car lot, the affidavit says the man drove to a second O'Daniel dealership in Fort Wayne. There, the man used a knife to cut open the roof of a 2008 Pontiac Solstice
Why?
base convertible
Why?
model. Leave a Pontiac alone. Pontiacs are just
He's-
barely.
he's-
Them and the Sunfires are just
He's
hanging
been
on.
through enough.
Yeah.
Dan, we had a Pontiac
6,000.
That was our
Sure.
first car.
Remember the Bonneville?
Ellie.
I had a Grand Am. My first adult car was a Pontiac Grand Am.
hell yeah.
But think about it. He went to the first dealership and he's like, fuck these Jeeps. I get that. You got a bad Jeep, you fuck their
It's
Jeep.
a Jeep
The next
for a
dealership,
Jeep.
he's like,
It's an eye for
I
an
guess
eye.
I'm
A Jeep
selling
for a Jeep.
for a Pontiac Solstice
What did that ever do to
convertible.
you? I don't want to hear collateral damage from this
Dan,
guy.
your thing about a Sebring. That
Yeah.
feels like, don't take it out
this
on
is-
the
he took
Sebring.
it out of
on
a Sebring.
So he cuts open the cloth top, right? Then drops an ignited road flare through the slit in the roof
Who
onto
is
the
this guy?
driver's
If
seat.
something works, if something's
Yeah,
working,
Stick
you
with
go
it.
with it.
yeah, if it's not broken, don't fix it. That's that phrase, right? If something works, don't change it up.
His phrase: if something is not broken, then don't try and go changing it or fixing it.
How many nights did he pour just a glass of unchilled Canadian Club, looking at those two flares, being like, someday,
Someday.
couple
Someday,
days,
man.
couple
waiting.
days.
I got all.
Sat on that rage.
Sat on
decades.
Yeah.
Decades.
So the flare drops onto the driver's seat, catches fire, created heat and smoke damage to the car's interior. The damage to the convertible was greater than its $12,823 value. Yeah. So in 2022, a 2008 Pontiac convertible Solstice,
Dude, used
they're
car
saying
market,
was $12,823.
I mean, that's a.
Somebody, what is it? O'Daniels?
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody named O'Daniels. O'Daniel wrote this article.
Look at how much money I'm losing.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
losing $69,000.
Or someone close to him so that he could then claim the insurance off.
Hey,
the
where there's
article.
smoke, there's a fire sale. The man also told officers that he placed Loctite super glue and other accelerant in the door locks of cars on an O'Daniel lot shortly after purchasing his Jeep in 1986.
So wait.
So he already hit him.
He got
already hit him?
Why are you hitting him again?
This is not a proportional response.
Agreed.
Thank you.
The first one is a proportional
Problem with your
response.
first one was, though, too subtle.
Yeah.
Because they think that's kids, and it doesn't even make the news.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's there
he
is
is-
certain sorts of breakdown and liquid and stuff you can get rid of. It's going to take a long time, but you can get rid of glue.
He is filled with rage.
Oh my God.
Filled with rage.
Have you guys ever been close to a burning car?
Just driving past.
Yes, we
Okay.
drove past one, and it was like
Semi coming out of
the
Vegas.
heat was unreal.
10 miles coming out of Vegas. Semi fully engulfed.
No way.
Mine was also was on the way to Vegas.
Yep, I've had that one
The
too.
heat of it, you can feel through
inside your car.
You're inside,
Inside
your
your
car.
car.
It's pretty.
Yep.
It's
Yeah,
pretty wild.
It's wild.
It's wild.
We used to do a huge bonfire in my hometown of Rochelle, Illinois. Huge part of homecoming week. It hurt your teeth.
Yeah, it burns your.
And you're not that close to it at all.
No, it's
All right, here's the final thing on this.
okay.
While watching the footage, the man identified himself. That's me, right
me.
there.
I did
I'm
it.
the
There
son
you
of a
go.
bitch
There
that
it
did this.
goes. Yeah.
He identified himself to police and said that he was upset he did not get to watch the fires he set.
Oh, my God.
After he saw the damage to the convertible,
Tell Cersei it was me.
yeah, exactly. He told police, quote, "That's all the damage I did."
Wow, this guy's a cold.
I don't think he's done with O'Daniel.
By the way, he's loving this part of it.
So
Yeah.
he's going to go to jail. He's going to go to jail.
Yes,
He's not
damage-
going to jail.
damaging
don't know.
property.
What court is
79?
going to convict
Well, they're
this
going to
man?
say clearly if he can hold a grudge for 36 years, he's going to go
Still
do it again.
and he's a danger to.
And he had already gotten him once.
right, dude. You got to get him.
All right, that's story number one, my friend.
Wow.
I know.
Oh my God.
Just way too old, a long grudge. Just perfect on people.
37 years he held that grudge.
Well, yeah. Well, at this
'cause
when he did it, it was 36.
86
Yeah.
till now.
Turned into
So
hate.
he's 79 now. 37 years
Now he's
earlier.
80, possibly. since
Yeah,
this
but
came out.
37 years earlier, he was 42 years old.
Yeah.
So, or right?
43,
Or
yeah,
42, 43. I mean, that's a guy who like really for years, Christmas after Christmas was like, I'm gonna take these
Getting
guys.
them. I'm going to get them.
What were you
Dumb
gonna
people
say?
town.
I just want to say, The fact that there are more stories, your listeners, just what a joy.
I know. Thank you.
That you guys, I mean, like if you gave them the one, they would be like, that's pretty good. The fact that you're like, you know what, we got more.
Two more
to go.
More.
Yeah, we're gonna tell you guys all about Tim and Matt Walsh's podcast, which is coming back. It's all exploring Veep. All that on the other side of the break. It's Dumb People Town with Tim Simons. We'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. As we were mentioning before we get to talking about the podcast and the Matt Walsh, Tim Simons reboot, we'll call it a reboot.
Sure.
Let's talk about what we have going on, Jay.
Well, June 14th, you got a big show at the
June
Comedy
14th,
Store.
we're doing a show, and I think we're going to do it once a month.
You're doing
now.
your show, not
It's our show.
You're
At
doing
the Comedy
Tag It.
Store in the Belly Room. It's called Tag It. It is the most us show ever.
You also basically get a twofer, guys. Because
Yes.
you get a great comic doing a great set, and then that same great comic interacting with you two great comics, almost doing another like group set of comedy where you pitch them great jokes.
Yes, so Tim, what happens is our friends do stand up, and Jay and I are off to the side in real time writing pitches to their jokes that we then go on stage afterwards and say, I love this bit. I love where you were going. I thought you were going to go this way. Have you ever tried doing this? Or what about this? We pitch them, and if they want them, they can have them. It's like what happens in green rooms ever and back hallways of every club ever is comedians start talking to each other. So we're going to do it on stage. So
comedians, it seems like famously love to be criticized.
Yes.
So this is a great.
People love.
we try and
idea.
make it constructive and not so preachy, but you're right.
I
it
know
is.
comedians famously are able to differentiate between constructive criticism
That's
and
so
just
true.
criticism.
We are walking
really
out of
are.
a
They really
lion's
are.
den into the mouth of a lion as far as that goes. That's
awesome.
June 14th
So
at the
much fun.
Comedy Store. Dan did it last time and it was fantastic. And we have Aparna Nancherla is going to be on this one. Doug Benson's going to be on this one. Ian Edwards is going to be on this one. Just good people. Anybody else? Someone else really good is going to be on it. Daniel, let's talk about what you have going on.
Go to danielvankirk.com. I got dates coming up East Coast, Midwest, Southwest, even some stuff around here. I think one of those dates is going to end up being a special / album recording taping.
Ooh, I love it.
So all that'll be coming up. So just keep an eye over at Daniel Van Kirk on Instagram or danielvankirk.com. Plus, I have my show every other week with Irene too. It's called Best Bet Comedy. You can follow that show or myself. I promote it as well at Best Bet Comedy. It's
at
in
Daniel Van
Hollywood.
Kirk too on Instagram and at Sklar Brothers as well. And our Patreon is fantastic too. For
$5 a
$5,
month.
we do all sorts of great
we
stories.
get to hear
for
about you losing luggage.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I had a great luggage story on there. Tim, so let's talk about the podcast where you guys go back and look at
Second in Command.
Sorry, guys, I'm smashing that Patreon button after I heard about the luggage story.
It's a good one. It's
These two traveling, getting mad at each other
Is
is
the greatest thing in the world.
It's worth just hearing Jay's vitriol to me.
Plus,
because
people send in their own dumb stories. Like fans send in, like, here's when I jumped into a cactus garden.
Catching a frisbee. I mean, it's unbelievable
Yeah.
stories, and then we find some old crazy stories too. It's really super fun.
All right, second in command.
Second in command.
Okay, so second.
You
in
guys are
command.
back. A little bit of a year hiatus. You're here
Yeah,
at
a
All
little
Things
bit of a
Comedy.
hiatus. I have a new home at All Things Comedy. Very excited about it. The idea is that we're trying to remember how the show was built because we had a strange process that not a lot of television shows do. It was very not only collaborative but sort of workshop-y. It would Armando, who started the show, would talk about how it was like a stew. You just keep putting stuff in and you boil it down. You put more stuff in and you boil it down.
Great way to do it.
And so we're trying to get, everybody that is a fan of the show is familiar with the end product. And I think we're trying to give a sense of not only
How it got there.
we're trying to give a sense of how it got there, but also, it's been a long time since these episodes now have aired. And so we are coming back with like some distance from it.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of fun to relive it.
I've talked to Matt about this, like the genesis of your character as well.
Oh yeah, and the development and the evolution
Oh, my
of your
God.
character is
And
phenomenal
finding
throughout.
Jonah, like you finding Jonah, and then like Jonah's place in that world is so, because you very much start out like you pop in and out, and then it's you're
The
just
high
There's
status.
also the differentiate, the
The
yo-yoing
delusion.
of status is for us with that character is so. It was like
I remember the first
what
time
we
I saw
ordered.
him at a hardcore show, and I was like, "Oh my god, yes, this makes sense. That this guy would do this."
That one, I remember being like, oh, like this is kind of the scene that I was into when I would have like been going to shows.
Yeah.
And by the time I shot that, I was old enough that at the end of the day, I was like, oh, my neck does not move. I did not warm up. I mean, like I truly was the age where I was like, oh, I have to lie down.
Yeah.
I have to lie down.
This is what you're going to get in the show is like little stuff like that people just, great little tidbits.
And I bet it's great, like if it's a Sam Richardson or a Randall Park, people you guys bring in and talk about that process of someone, it's almost like double dutch. They've got to come in and hit this like pace and hit this rhythm and find it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, not to speak disparaging, but there was probably some people that it was very challenging for, and then other people, it was such a litmus test to be able to be like, oh, you're in. You're in. Yeah.
Like definitely Sam was one of those people. Dan Backadall was like one of those people who just came and just hit the ground running.
Well,
it's like, oh, this is unbelievable.
Dan's made for that, like rank and like nut cutting. And also I love so much in Veep of how people get so high on an idea or a motivation and then that just gets taken out from under them.
Every time.
Yeah.
And I do also think that there is something fun about like, and I think this might appeal to you guys specifically, like sort of like generalized comedy nerds. Like we like trying to like parse out just like something's funny in that thing of, when you're criticizing your friend's stand up, you're trying to figure out like, why is it funny? Why did that work? Where did that come from?
I want to ask you one quick question before we go.
Sure.
I don't think you had worked with Julia Louis-Dreyfus before this, correct? No. Was it, people have just said, and I've talked to other people on the show that they're like, oh, you just got it. You're like, oh, you're a genius. And your like ability to like work off and play. I mean, she's so primed with Seinfeld and all that other stuff, but it was like, oh, there's just, you're in it. Like we're just a team and you're just.
She was, I mean, it's incredible. I mean, like, I think she's such a legend.
Yes.
Legend.
She's
the work that she's done is incredible. And she's like, so there was a certain intimidation that I had going in, of course. But I think that she is somebody who is she is a generous collaborator. And even though I did not have the experience of really anybody that was there, I was never made to feel like it was, I was never made to feel like it was a bad idea to participate. Right. It was she and Armando created an environment where we were all able to trust one another and find it. And
so great.
The best.
The
comedy hammock, as we call it.
Yeah.
Comes out every week on Tuesdays, I think. I think every Tuesday it comes
is your
out.
pod?
Oh yeah, we come out every Tuesday. I forget to talk about things. It comes out every Tuesday, and it's been very fun.
You guys are super funny, so I would just listen to you guys talk about anything.
For sure.
But then it happens to be this show
About
that
something
we
that
love.
you know and love.
Yeah.
So good. All right.
Second in command.
Check
Subscribe
it out.
to it.
I've got the next story sent in
do it,
by,
Randy.
once again, Liz Haggerty.
Okay.
Our
Oh,
friend,
shit.
Liz
2 for
Haggerty.
2.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Here it is. Plymouth
Boom, boom,
man.
boom, boom.
This is the headline.
Plymouth man.
Riding an inflatable swan rescued for the third time this week.
That is insane.
One time rescued.
Rescue me once, shame on you.
Rescue me twice, shame on
I mean,
me.
at what point do you just let
Shame
him
on
go?
the community.
Let him go.
Third time you rescue me, don't ever rescue me again.
Right.
I'm like this with people
I
and their
don't wanna
dogs.
be
When
rescued.
you walk in, someone they're like, "Don't let the dog out. Don't let the dog out." The third time, your dog doesn't want to live here anymore.
That's right.
Can I tell you a story?
Yes, please.
One of my mom's friends from Lamaze class.
Perfect.
Sorry, he's biting your buttons. You want me to hold him?
She like their second kid. So like their middle son was like my best. One of my best elementary school friends because they met in Lamaze class. We were friends as babies and all that.
Totally.
He has a younger sister, and we all go to the ocean one day. And this little kid is like 2 years old, keeps like walking into the ocean.
Oh my God.
And the mom is like, just get back here. Yeah. And after the fourth time, she was like, maybe she belongs in there. Yeah, like maybe if she can't figure it out.
Now, when you
That's
get in,
80s momming right
Yeah,
there.
it's true.
Straight up
honey, when you
momming,
get in
like-
that riptide, parallel.
Paddle, honey, paddle.
Smoking.
Will you guys grab her? She's going by your bodyboard.
Yeah, strangers. Just grab her. All right, so a man has been rescued for the third time this week after entering Plymouth Sound on an inflatable swan.
We
The
have
man's-
On a swan.
On a swan. The man's,
Can I ask one quick question?
Sure.
Yes.
I mean, are these like rent-to-boat swans like in Echo Park Lake?
No.
Or is it like
No,
this
this is
bringing
like
his
a
own-
So they're
blow up.
inflatable. They're a blow up inflatable. This is a
like-
popular thing.
Like a
now.
basic bitch like me wearing a mimosas all day, big hat on a
Yeah, we have an
inflatable swan.
inflatable swan. We
Yeah,
have
it's
that
just
as
like
a,
what you
love it.
put in a pool, you put your kids on it, right?
A lot of judgment calling it a basic bitch. Though.
I mean, Dan is a basic bitch.
Yeah, he put
Dan
himself in that category.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. The man's latest rescue took place at approximately what time after port control observed the man floating out
It's
there?
like The Wire
what
when
time?
they found like dead hookers in like
Right,
a
exactly.
container.
I'm going to guess 4:30 p.m.
4:30 p.m. What do you think, Jay?
11 a.m.
Are we talking about the third time?
Third time that he
time,
was
yeah.
caught.
You know what? Dead air is really good for podcasts.
Swan.
That's one thing I learned doing
I
podcasts.
squeaked in the
the
dead air.
longer you're quiet, the better. I'm gonna say
The barn's open.
he was out for sort of like a late evening kind of, like a late evening
Happy
float,
hour?
kind of sundown.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say like 6:45.
Okay, it's 4:30, 11:30,
11
a.m., 6:45 p.m.
Get your answers in, townies, because the last rescue took place at approximately 3:30 p.m.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Daniel's son.
He wanted to eat lunch.
The Plymouth Harbor Master, Richard Allen, Dick Allen, said to Plymouth Live earlier today, and although he was not present at the rescue, he was able to confirm that the man had been pulled from
Now look,
water.
I wasn't there.
I wasn't there. I was
Okay.
off.
You guys
But
need
I
me to give a
trust my
quote?
men and women.
You guys need me to give a quote? Dick, we
And
got it.
no.
Here's my quote.
And when they tell me that this jerk off,
Okay, I'm going to say one word in his quote, and it tells you completely his attitude. If you're an actor and you're
belt?
like, how do I play this guy? Nope. He was on the water a minute ago, but he's just been recovered. He's just been pulled in, apparently. Apparently is everything.
that's how he covers his own ass.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
At the time of the rescue, the man had just been off the western side of Plymouth Sound. You're taking this thing out into
Where
a
is this?
sound.
Where is
What is a sound? Is a
It's
sound
like
of the
a-
ocean?
Yeah, it's like a
No,
channel
Like
of
Long
some
Island
sort.
Sound. It's like
Where
a
is
giant.
this? Where's Plymouth?
We'll find
Oh,
it.
hold on. It's Jay's podcast.
I'll Google
Jay,
it because
Google
I
it.
like looking
Jay's
through
Google.
stuff.
All right. I believe he was over towards the Mayflower Marina.
He's so-
Again,
his
I'm not there.
qualifiers.
This is why was this person giving the quote?
If he
I'm the boss,
wasn't there-
God damn it. I'll get out there and say what happened, even if I only know parts.
I believe he was over on towards the Mayflower
Can
Marina.
we talk to someone who is out there?
No,
I
you
got
talk
it.
to me.
I will give the quote.
Well, you don't seem to have any answer, sir. I'm sorry.
Can you ever really know a person?
That's not what we're asking.
Who are we really?
What is in a gentleman's heart?
It comes as police issued a warning for people to not risk their lives by taking to sea in inflatable beds or animals. After they
the third time,
rescued
you know.
what is believed to be the same man in choppy waters off the H-O-E, on Thursday, November 10th. It later emerged that the man had already been rescued in Plymouth Sound the previous day
Dan, he wants
by
to
paramedics.
float out to sea.
Let
That's
him
right.
go.
Let him go. Let him go.
So Cunningham told Plymouth Live how this woman, how she and PC
It's the same
Chantel
thing his
Wildman
ex-wife said to his kids.
exactly
Let him go.
had been driving along the H-O-E, I guess
don't
that's
know.
what it is,
Sure, yeah.
around 3:30 p.m. when they were frantically flagged down by a woman who was trying to ring 101. Maybe this is in England. Maybe this is.
Oh, maybe.
All right.
She told officers she'd seen a man on an inflatable swan in the sea who apparently appeared to be in difficulty. Again, if this is the third time you're rescuing this guy, like your friend's mom, let him go into the ocean.
Yeah.
I don't care if the water is
I don't
perfectly calm.
care. I don't
If you
care.
are more than 15 yards from the beach,
Yep.
in the ocean, on a swan, you're going through a hard time.
You want to get
Yes.
You want to get
He's
you
having a
want to
hard
be in
time.
choppy water.
He's having a hard time, and that has nothing to do with
You're
the
an
swan or the
emotionally
water.
choppy
You have a
waters.
secret you don't want to reveal.
Somewhat
This
incredulous.
is that at that moment. That's the best you've been in a while.
In a while.
You being in the ocean.
It's like
going back.
I work best in catastrophe.
Yep.
Have okay, so there's the right across the street from the Grove.
Yes.
is the Los Angeles Holocaust Museum.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Unreal.
And they have it's a beautifully designed building. That sort of travertine kind
Yes.
of look
Oh my
in
gosh.
the walkways is beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
But they
into the
have
hill.
the anti skateboarding
Yes.
pegs on the travertine.
Yes.
And the thing is, whenever I see like a sign that says something like "Please don't go out into the open waters,"
It
on
means
it,
a lot of people have done it.
a lot of people have done it, and there is that thing where I'm like, I just imagine the sign at this place being like, I can't believe we have to say this.
Right.
Don't go
But
on an
please-
inflatable swan.
Well, no, please do not skateboard on the Holocaust Museum.
Don't skateboard the Holocaust.
Don't skateboard on the train tracks going into Auschwitz.
Please don't skateboard on those tracks.
Please do not
We don't need you
skateboard.
to pop
Why-
an ollie on that.
Why did we have to make this sign?
I know. They just were not happy. Somewhat incredulous, the officers headed towards the location the woman mentioned, behind the coffee shack. I love that they give that detail.
Yeah. Shout out Coffee Shack.
Shout out Coffee Shack. Somebody in there is related to the Coffee Shack
I mean,
guy.
the cops are like, we should probably stop and get some coffee shack, right?
We just got oat milk. Shut up. We're talking about a guy.
To find a few yards out there was a man on board an inflatable swan bobbing around in the water, is what they said.
Idiot.
She said a couple of people were standing there watching, and sure enough, there was a man face down in an inflatable swan.
Yeah,
That
face
tells
down
you
in
everything.
life.
Right, exactly.
Oh, man.
with a
Face down.
tiny little paddle. Can you imagine if the paddle was like really, really, really small?
Mm-hmm.
It was a hell of a windy day. Certainly not suitable conditions at all. We tried shouting out to him, but he seemed oblivious. He wasn't panicking at all. PC Wildman
Then
went
leave
through
him.
the bag.
Leave him.
Leave him.
Yeah.
The bag, and we found nearby and got his name for it. She began shouting his name as loud as she could get his attention. She was bellowing, "Look at me and listen," before saying she'd throw him a tow line we keep in every police car. By some miracle,
This is how Point Break should have ended.
he caught it and we pulled him in. When we got him in, so they did all this
To
Yes.
get this dumbass in.
Right.
got him in.
He
we
probably
tried to
is like,
explain the
thank you, and
dangers.
goes right back out again.
We tried to explain the dangers of being on the water on an inflatable. We're telling him we are concerned about his safety, that these things were not meant for the sea at the best of times, let alone a windy day when
Right.
the tide was really high. I told him these things are meant for swimming pools.
You know how many
not the
people have
sea.
said I told him?
He was just saying, you ready this? No, it's fine. That's what he said.
Which is what every drunk person says whenever you're
Nope,
trying to get
nope,
them to do anything.
nope,
Yeah.
it's
We're
fine.
leaving the bar now. No, it's fine.
it's fine.
We need to get in the car.
No
get
one
in the
asked
car.
you if it
no,
was
no,
fine.
it's
I
fine.
can quit drinking whenever I want.
Nope,
Right.
it's fine.
Get up. We're going to bed. No, it's fine.
The brain will do that. The brain will, and he means it when he says
he
that.
100%
No,
means
it's fine.
It's fine. You ready for what he did?
She's going to call me.
Seemed oblivious to the strangers, and then he did the most 8-year-old thing that any adult man could
Shit
ever
his
do.
pants?
Nope. Tried to reason with him, but he deflated the swan and ran off, just ran up the steps and was gone.
Did he take the swan with him?
Yep. Took his swan with him. A deflated
Well, they
swan.
ruined his day.
The potential to drift further and further out meant that we even called the police marine launch just in case we were unable to reach him with the tow line. The officers were left shocked at the man's behavior, but more shocks came when they climbed back onto the steps of their police vehicle, only to encounter a couple of paramedics who happened to be having coffee at the Ho Cafe. Again, there we go. So wait,
shout out.
are you sure they're not at the coffee clutch or whatever it's called?
Coffee Shack.
They now have ice mochas at the cafe.
Stop.
Please.
I
I
don't know
like
if you
the
know
whole
about
I need to
that.
say that out loud.
We got some half-calf options if it's later in the day, and
All that's in here.
We are out of
They've got a lot of flavored seasonal syrups.
obviously Starbucks has a trademark on some of them. But if you want something
Right.
that's a lot like a Frappuccino, they got options.
Dude, they got peppermint
Ours
bark
is pumpkin flavor. It's not pumpkin
Pumpkin
spice,
spice,
but
yeah.
it's pumpkin
we do
flavor.
have
You know
almond
what we're
quiches.
talking
You know,
about.
it's the same thing.
We were remarking about the strange incident, and they went, "What? We rescued him a day before. He did exactly the same thing yesterday. The same man and probably the same swan on the water being bashed in the wall by the waves." So again, how many times you get lost out to sea? We said that in the end. Do you? I mean, that's the end of this story. But like he's
Wild.
definitely going out there again. Am I right?
Oh, he's
he has
going
not
out
learned his
again.
lesson.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he does.
But like, what?
Also, a part of me hopes this is just some sort of weird viral marketing for the Coffee Shack. And they're like, Gregory, we need you back out there again.
get out there.
Starbucks is going to kill
The
us
more
if
we
you don't get
mention
out
the
there.
I don't
Coffee
want to
Shack
go
and
out there
article-
anymore. Just go.
Look, every time you're out there, we get 3 more public servants who have to come out here and get coffee while they wait for you.
We
And
tried
this is
to
a guy-
throw him. We tried to throw him Coffee Shack punch cards, which they're doing 5 for 1.
Sure, yeah.
This is a guy who gets talked to through clenched teeth a lot.
Yes. Put it down. Get
Out
in the
there.
car.
Deal with it.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. That's story number
Oh,
2.
my
Down the
gosh.
books. Jake, can you give us a little taste of
love
what we're
it.
going to see in story?
Truly cannot believe that your listeners are getting yet another story.
Yet another
This is
story.
insane.
You get one more.
Worst text ever from a doctor.
Love it.
Okay.
We're into it. Tim Simons is with us, and he's got my dog on his lap, and I'm okay with that. That is what's going on.
This is the best.
It's dumb people.
Randy,
time.
you're in regards to your dog, you're first in command. He's second.
There you go.
in command. There you go. That's his podcast with Matt Walsh. You got to subscribe. Check it out. We'll be right back with more Dumb People Town. It's bringing it home right after this.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Boys, I have to tell you about my electric e-bike.
I'm so excited to hear.
First of all, I got one of these, which is why it's mine.
Yes.
My family is trying to steal it from me all the time.
Do not let them take it.
I
How
have
good
it up at the cabin. It has revolutionized my family using the cabin. You go down to the little general store, you hit up the little resort on the lake, grab yourself a little Sammy for the summer, go
First
back
of all,
down,
you're
go swimming.
outside, right?
That is number one. So what I have always wanted to do more of when I am at my family's cabin is like go out more and explore.
Explore.
I go for a ride, dude. I go for 10, 15, 20 miles.
It's amazing.
It's just me and the wind. I
love
go
it.
no headphones.
It's
literally
adventure.
like I can check out on this thing
Yeah.
and experience more of getting away. And
So
it's all because of my electric e-bike.
let me
I
ask
love
you,
them.
Dan.
I want to say this before you say it. If you are hearing me talk about this, get one.
Yeah.
It is like before we had smartphones. People were like, I don't
That's
want a
what I was
smartphone.
going to ask
Really?
you. Talk about it as like a technological revolution.
Remember everybody, like if you had an uncle like me and they're like, I don't need one of them smartphones.
Better get it.
And then
You
you
better
get one
get
and
it.
you're like, oh, how did I do without
Changes
this?
your
How
life.
did I have a summer without electric e-bike?
So again, and you explain this, but you roam freely. You can reach up to 28 miles an hour, and I know Dan's pushed it on his.
Dude, you're humming.
with the twist of a throttle
And pedal assist, which
Pedal
I love
assist.
because
Yeah.
you're still working, you're still getting exercise,
Yeah.
but it's pushing with you and it's
That's
helping you
so
get up the hills.
enjoyable.
Dan, and you said you go back and forth from the lake and whatnot. You can add those cargo baskets and bags,
Huge.
comfort
Huge.
upgrades, even passenger accessories to certain e-bike models. So they really make it easy for you to customize.
And they
everything.
cost less than the competition.
It really too. It's compactable, so you
Foldable.
can get it into your car or SUV, obviously your truck or whatever.
Let me say
It's
this,
so
ships
great.
free and fully assembled. How about that?
That's the coolest part. There isn't
Right?
all right, well, hey, I got it, but I
I
need to
gotta put
find
it
the time
together.
to put it together. I'll do it over the next weekend. No.
Fully
It's ready to go.
assembled.
Yeah.
So we say get out, explore your world with an e-bike visit. Lectricebikes.com. Learn more and explore the epic models Lectric has to offer. That's lectricebikes.com. LECTRIC ebikes.com. Townies, whatever your fitness level is or whatever your goals are, Fitbod builds a dynamic workout plan just for you, and it optimizes future workouts based on your personal progress. So what are your goals? That's you got to
That's
ask
the key.
that.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like
yeah.
I know that I myself, I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. I want to firm up. I want to be doing something every day. I like to work out at home. So like I want it to be things that I can easily do. And I go through the Fitbod app, which I have, and it has like designed a workout
Dude,
for me at home that
same
is like
thing.
perfect.
Even for me though, like when I'm on the road, my thing is, and this
road.
goes back to like playing sports in high school.
Yep.
I just want to show up. Tell me what I have to do for the time I have to do it.
I will follow your instructions.
Yeah, I don't want to think because I don't want to be negative. I don't want to have an opinion. And they literally, you say like, I want to do this. Like for you, it's weight. For me, it's that as well.
Yeah.
And then it will tell you this is your workout today.
this today.
It'll give you a time in between the sets, which I
Yep.
really, really
Yep.
love, so that there's no like, oh, I've been on my phone for 10 minutes before I started this next movement. Like
That's right.
It sticks with you and tells you what to do next.
It's so well organized, and it's kind of like, and also it's not yelling at you. It's like
right.
it's just right there for you to do. But then because it's an app, you can keep track of your achievements. You can
That's
see
the
sync
other
up,
thing I was gonna
sync
say.
up with your Apple Health.
I get so into like, you've set a new goal. Like,
I love that.
I don't know.
Or you've done it 12 days in a
Yeah,
row.
yeah, yeah.
This is you're actually being consistent with it. It kind of keeps you honest.
Yeah,
and
I love it.
consistent.
I love
I
it.
think that personalized workout plan designed for your fitness level and goals, they create that custom workout. It is so good. Your personal goals and experience.
It gives you the
available
habit.
from-
Build the habit. Build
with
this
what
up.
you have available. Maybe you got dumbbells, maybe you got kettlebells. It helps you sort of with all the stuff that you have. You build your fitness habit, stay consistent all summer
It's
long.
wonderful. So wherever you are in your fitness journey, get the most out of every workout with Fitbod. And Townies, get 20% off your subscription at fitbod.me/DPT. That's FITBOD.me/DPT. Boom, boom.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. I'm going to bring us home, shall we? Let's
You
bring
said
it
this is
home.
a bad doctor text?
Yes.
Okay.
This is sent in from.
What if it's just,
Dad, you would
think I left something in there?
Dan.
Have you seen my keys? That's a bad thing.
This is sent in by Jake Roney.
Hey, you're going to get an email tomorrow. Don't sue.
Yeah.
We're already suing ourselves.
Yeah, let's talk it out first
Come on,
before you
bro.
call anyone.
Just hear my side of it.
Here it is. You ready?
My
for
last
it?
patient was such a dickhead.
I know.
Oh, sorry. Wait.
Sorry,
Wrong
person.
chain.
Wrong chain.
thread. New phone. Who dis? Here we go. Surgeons. So it's multiple doctors.
Okay.
Sorry for texting patients they had aggressive cancer instead of Happy New Year.
Oh
sent
my
this in?
God.
This is Jake Roney.
Oh my God.
Wait,
That's-
so they don't have cancer?
No,
This is
no.
like when the nuclear thing went off in Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They meant to say
Happy New Year, but it came out you have aggressive cancer.
Kazoo. Yeah.
Did they send it on New Year's Eve
Had to.
or on
they
New
did.
Year's Day?
They may have. Askern Medical Practice in the UK has apologized
Wow.
after texting thousands of patients
Oh my God.
to let them know that they had, quote, aggressive lung cancer with metastases 2 days before Christmas. Merry Christmas. On the 10th day of Christmas, my doctor texted me.
There you go.
Askern Medical Practice is a surgery center in Doncaster on December 23rd.
This is crazy. This is nuts.
It texts patients with an unusual request to fill out a DS 1500 form. It's
Okay, I'm just going to say this. On the flip side of this, and we've told this story before.
Good news is you don't have cancer.
Right. So it's going to be a great
Well, as far as we
second
know,
text.
you actually may. Some of them probably too.
But the stuff that goes to your brain. So when we were in New York, I'm sure we told this story on here. Our friend Scott Landsman did one of the greatest pranks ever on our other friend Eric Friedman. With the lottery was like up to $100 million in New York,
This breaks
and we
my
all
heart.
bought tickets. And we were like, they're about to read the lotto numbers, and our buddy who lived with us, Eric, went into the bathroom, and Scott took these, like, I'll take down the numbers.
He said, if it comes on, I'll take down the numbers.
So he took down.
He wrote one of the numbers of his eighth thing, not the top number, but eighth thing, and then just turns off the TV before they read the numbers. And he goes, they read them. Let's go out. And I wrote it down. And then he's like, ready
No,
to
but
go
he
out?
wrote like the entire series, but kind of shifting
Yeah,
around a
of
little
course.
bit. But
Yeah.
right.
So he goes in the bathroom, and our friend Eric comes out to just look at the numbers and starts reading through his numbers. And he's like, oh my God, I won.
Scott.
I won the
Scott.
This is
And he
mean.
starts losing his shit. And for a brief second,
Schrodinger's
He
cat.
had won
he's like,
100
I had
Schrodinger's
won
cat.
$100 million. My life was going to be different forever. And then he's like, Scott.
And Scott can't breathe
help but because he's cracking up so much. And he hears him laughing. He's like, you son of a bitch. But for that brief second. So I don't know how long it is in between texts
I'll
here.
tell you.
But
Well,
these people are like, my life is
December
over.
23rd. Can
I
you even get a
I just want to say that who is the person who played the prank? Scott.
Scott played it on
Landsman.
Eric.
So Scott played it on Eric.
Yep.
Eric is well within his rights to 39 years from now.
Yeah, 100%.
Burn his Jeep.
Everything this guy, everything that Scott owns on
Precedent
fire.
half
That
been
is
Yeah.
that is unforgivable.
That is, it was.
He did forgive him.
It was
amazing.
so cruel. It was hilarious.
All right. So on the 23rd, they sent out a form that allows patients with terminal conditions to claim benefits quickly.
So they're just
They
trying
didn't
to
just
be
send a text. They sent this form. You have something terminal. This is how you can
You
claim
better
benefits.
get those. So on Christmas Eve, instead of wrapping the presents for your kids, why don't you fill out a bunch of paperwork?
Also, good luck
Diagnosis.
getting a hold of these doctors. It's Christmas Eve.
Christmas
yeah.
Eve. Diagnosis.
Well, it's the day before, but
Aggressive lung cancer with metastases.
Oh, my
the
God.
message said, according to the BBC, Askern has around how many patients did they send that message?
You
said
said
thousands.
thousands. So I'm going to
Okay.
Give it at me.
4,500.
I'm going to say 6,700.
Wait, where in the UK is this?
Askern, Askern.
I feel like I've never. That doesn't sound like a neighborhood in London, and I kind of feel it doesn't feel like it's a town that I've heard of. So it's probably going to be on the smaller side. I'm going to go lower.
Okay.
1,000?
I'm going to go 1,800.
1,800. All right. They have, get your answers in, 8,000 patients.
Oh, my
They
God.
sent that message to 8,000 people.
Oh, my God.
The
I
message.
mean, I guess at least you still have the group. You know what I mean? You saved the group chat, so to speak.
So the message was a mistake.
No shit.
Obviously.
Okay. Except for the person who actually does have
Who
cancer.
found it out?
And the center texted out an apology directly. How long
Okay, so this is my
after
question.
the initial
10 minutes.
text?
I think 10 minutes.
It takes a half an hour to even understand what's happening.
I agree
I
with
know,
you.
So
just
I think
want it
I'm
to be
going-
right away.
But you're going to try to jump on that quickly. So I'm going to go 55 minutes later.
5 minutes?
I think 2 days.
Wow. Well,
Come on.
On Christmas Day?
Someone's doing this on Christmas. And it's like a Christmas miracle.
okay.
Zuzu's
They
petals.
wait till Christmas to go, Merry Christmas. You actually don't have cancer. Unless you think you actually might, in which case, here's how you can schedule an appointment.
What'd you say? How many minutes?
10.
10?
He said
2 days?
55. I said
55.
2 days.
One of you is close.
Okay.
The answer is about an hour. So you might
Hey,
actually
You were right.
be
I mean, he's right. About an hour is dead on.
According to the text, the surgery center meant to wish its patients well.
And by dead on, I mean
over
you're
the
all
holidays.
going to be dead
How
by
does that
Christmas.
mistake? They're not even close. We meant to wish you well. Have a happy holiday.
Like, wouldn't you think
Eat a fruit
that's
cake.
joking? If you got the first text, you'd be
So
like,
that person, it's they want to get out of the office. It's the holidays.
Yep.
They're copying and pasting. They have 2 windows open. One is everybody you're emailing. The other one is or texting. The other one is someone you
single
have to
person.
text.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who already knows this information and needs this stuff, and they fucking flipped it.
they did.
Send it to the group.
We are
instead.
asked as human beings to multitask too much. The
All the time.
modern world asks us to do too many
great point.
things
It's
at
a
the same
great
time.
point.
You're probably listening to this while driving.
Or doing 8 things.
So I say this all the
sending
time.
out a text to your
Whenever-
house.
Or walking into the ocean.
Yes, or riding a swan into your
burning
death.
a Jeep on fire.
No, I say this whenever I get on a plane and forget my charger. I'm like, I'm being asked to do too many things.
Yes.
That's
Or
why I
like, remember
forgot
when
this.
Sheryl Crow at the World Series like several years ago was like playing harmonica and playing guitar and she was setting up her microphone. I'm like, can someone please do this for her? She's doing too much.
Somebody's got to do one of those things.
One of those things.
Get a person out there to work on the. I know she's a solo artist, but don't let her help her.
Please accept our sincerest apologies for the previous text message sent. Is that enough?
No, not enough. Yes.
Well,
and-
you wanted to get something out right away.
The apology says, this has
Yeah.
been sent in error. Our message to you should have read, we wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Our message should have read, you have slightly aggressive.
No, our
cancer."
message should have read, "We're all going to die at some point."
Yeah. Eventually.
But Happy New Year.
No one lives forever. Happy New Year.
I don't think there is ever enough. So I think the best thing to do is just to,
Get it
we're
out.
just, all I can say is, I'm very sorry and it was
Because
an error.
in 8,000, let's just be generous. 50% of those people, the like, sorry, mistake, are going to go, okay.
Whatever.
And then you have to start willing it out of who is going to nag at you about this mistake.
Yeah.
Who's gonna try and sue you.
Clear as many off the table as you can right away.
So
And
like-
then just start individually. Yes, we understand. No, you can't legally sue us. We didn't do anything really wrong, and you don't have cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. The follow-up message on the Surgery Center Facebook account on January 3rd blamed both human error and computer-related issues.
Sure.
While no data was breached, we can confirm that an admin staff error was made, for which we apologize immediately upon becoming aware of. We said we would like to once again apologize sincerely to all. That's not enough. You need to send
Oh, I
me
would have
shit.
thrown more in there. I hope this moment of facing your own mortality really makes you
Gives
think about
you
your
some
New
new
Year's resolution.
perspective.
So really, you're welcome.
Yeah,
is
a
what
new
you
lease
would've
on
done.
life.
Right.
You're welcome.
It's like
or goodbye.
Fight Club.
How about
I know
that?
where you live now. I have your ID. Go
Yeah.
do whatever you're supposed to go do with your life. I'm
I
going
mean,
to check
I
on you
would
in a
send
year.
out another message saying goodbye. It's been a pleasure serving you as your medical facility.
We can help you find
Everybody's
someone else.
going.
Sure.
We can refer to you to other people because we're closing shop.
But you know what? Maybe that's like you go to some other place. That's like if you've been on a plane that crashes and you survived, you're never going to have to worry about a plane crash again. You go to the place
right.
that sent out the fucked up text message. Now
They're never going to make
do
that
that
mistake
again.
again.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
That's right.
Be on it.
It's you buy low.
You
at
buy,
this
yes,
place.
you buy low.
It was an internal patient supportive task among admin staff to act upon and not related to you as a patient in any way. This was an isolated computer-related error for which we are extremely regretful. Steps are being taken to prevent a reoccurrence. I think you got to say more than that.
Yeah.
The apologies did not lessen the shock Asker and his patients felt for that hour on December 23rd between the first and second message. quote, I had just had a mole removed and was awaiting a result from a biopsy.
That's the worst case
As
scenario.
my smear test came back abnormal. So yes, I was very worried, one woman told the BBC.
Yeah, she's allowed.
So yeah, like you could feel I was worried.
But also,
Yeah.
you know how your bank will never initiate any sort of conversation or correspondence via email or a letter,
So
right?
if you get an email,
Right. If no medical profession will ever text you, "Hey, you have cancer."
Yeah,
It's just
nobody. That's a
They will try to
conversation
call
in a
you
closed
every
room.
day
Yes.
for a month and then
That's
start
true.
calling you
Yeah.
twice a day.
That's
If
true.
Bad news, LOL.
That is
Yes.
on. Yeah, they should not have put an emoji, a poop emoji after it, but I feel like that's
Whatever,
fine.
whatever.
But, no, but there is the like in a marriage and in a relationship, we all know that like you kind of want to.
We need to talk is the worst thing that
That's
you
the
can
worst
hear.
thing you can hear. So someone having bad news or wanting to, usually they want to tell it face to face. So I think you're right. But the flip side of that is when you have the upper hand over someone who's really screwed up in your relationship, that's a good position to be in.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can show up at that office or you can call the doctor and be like, yeah, I need to talk to you about something. And no, I won't wait.
Yeah.
You show up to the office for your checkup and you're like, tell him to get his ass in here. I don't want to sit on that thing. on
Yeah,
that
a
cold thing
lot
for
of people
5
are
minutes."
starting to demand a lot of
They're
things.
going to be
and they-
dicks for a while. And they got to sit in it. They
You
got to
earned
take it.
You earned it.
You just got to eat that. You got to eat that shit.
You got to eat it.
That shit.
You got to eat it.
You made that
Merry
shit sandwich.
Christmas and
I
a
bet
Happy
Christmas
New Year.
morning felt pretty great to all these
right.
people.
It
though.
did. It's like
So
when you
again,
lose your wallet and then find it.
You're leaning real hard into the "you're welcome" part of this.
Dan is all about you're welcome.
Find that silver
we
lining.
did you a favor. Look at what we did. No harm,
We
no
made
foul.
you appreciate your life. You lost your wallet and then you found it. That money's
You
worth more to you
appreciate your
in
life.
face.
This
Yeah.
is the there you go. It's a wonderful life.
That's a show.
And it's a wonderful podcast. Second in Command. That is the podcast.
right
that,
here on All Things Comedy.
Yeah, all
Check
things
it out.
comedy.
Subscribe
Check
to
it
it.
out.
If you love Veep
Matt
and
Walsh,
you love these
Tim
guys.
Simon.
You want to hear them talking about life in Baltimore?
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah.
You know, I have such a soft spot for Baltimore.
Sure.
It's
I love
it's
Baltimore.
I mean like it's
Balmer home.
rough living in that, like, you know, it's a hard, like, you know, when you don't live there and you're just kind of going in for a couple months, it can be like, oh my God, I'm just the most depressed I've ever been. But I really do love that city.
Love
It's
it.
a great city. It's
great.
very much like St. Louis, where we grew up, but just shifted onto the
Yeah,
East
sure.
Coast.
Yeah.
Go watch the movie Diner, and that'll get you all in the
There you go.
the
That's a good
Balmer
one.
mood, or go listen to a Ryan Sickler podcast. Dude, you are so great. I'm so happy you were here with us.
Thank you for coming back.
My
You're
pleasure.
invited
Thank you for
back
having me
whenever.
back.
Anytime. And oh shit, we got to get back to work, guys.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.